Before the start of this video, folks, this is a bit of an announcement. So the intro videos you see in my videos, with the helicopter and explosions, I'm not gonna play that intro anymore. Due to respect, due to the events in Ukraine, the Russian invasion of Ukraine. To all my central unit in Ukraine, I wish you luck. I wish you all the support. I hope you win this war against Vladimir Putin. So anyway, folks, I might play a different intro. I might create a new one, or might play the Star Wars sci-fi intro from the past. Who knows? But I'm not playing that intro in my future videos for the foreseeable future. So anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed my review of WWF No Way Out 2002. What's up, my Central Unit? It's the Central Man here, so back again with another classic WWE pay-per-view review. So we're going to the year of 2002. Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall made a return to the World Wrestling Federation after spending years in World Championship Wrestling, battling the WWF in the Monday Night Wars in the mid to late 90s. Now they're back, part of the NWO, so I'm going to review WWF No Way Out 2002 at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on the 17th of February 2002. The attendance for the show was 15,291. This show received about 575,000 pay-per-view buys, a downgrade than the 2001 No Way Out show. The main event of that show was Kurt Angle versus The Rock for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. On the same night, you had Stone Cold Steve Austin battling Triple H in a 3 Stages of Hell match. No Way Out 2001 received about 590,000 pay-per-view buys. Yeah, I covered No Way Out 2001 last year on this channel. Go and check it out. No Way Out 2002 is the final No Way Out show under the WWF name, because in May, WWF will become WWE. The final No Way Out before the start of the brand split. That'll be March after WrestleMania 18. I think it was April they started the brand split. Anyway, and speaking of WrestleMania, this is the final show before WrestleMania 18. The commentators for the show are JR and The King. So, like I said, this show is memorable for the return of Hogan, Hall and Nash. The NWO made the debuts of the WWF. Hall and Nash and Hogan returned to the company after years. They've fallen out with the company in the 90s. Hogan left in 93. He fell out with, I think he butted heads with Vince. The whole steroid trial, scandal, testified against Vince, and then gone to WCW. Hall and Nash, formerly known as Razor Ramon and Diesel. The Madison Square Garden incident. AKA the Curse and Call. The self-proclaimed breaking kayfabe. There was a footage of Hall, Nash, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. At the time Triple H was known, it was Hunter vs. Helmsley. They hugged, and then Hall and Nash went on to the competition, that is WCW. And then Hogan and Hall left in 2000. Nash left in 2001, and then I think they were under Time Warner contract. I don't know if Hogan was part of Time Warner. Same as Hall. Hall went to ECW before. That was in 2000, and then I don't know. I think Nash was part of Time Warner. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, they kind of on very bad terms with the WWF, and then suddenly they kind of put their differences aside. The company once again after WCW and ECW was bought out. So the return as the NWO that was popular in the mid to late 90s in WCW. That kicked off the second boom period of professional wrestling in America. So it was they kind of like this renegade group, causing mischief in the early years of the NWO, like in 96, and then in 97 the group expanded with a lot of members. That really was the downfall of the group. And then they had different versions of the NWO, like the Luchadors and the Black and Silver, the Wolfpack, So I'm going to start with the NWO cover the NWO first before we get to the main matches on the show. So they basically came out, say like we deserve a second chance. You know, people in the back are not pleased with us. You know, people say we're cancer, we're company killing bastards. That's Kevin Nash said. Hall says like we're marks, we're fans. We hope we are taking pictures with the wrestlers and the autographs and maybe have a drink with them. And then Hogan just said, you know, God bless America. So they're just basically with their guys. We're not there. We weren't there for the action. So why you were there? So basically just adding civil like, yeah, we deserve what we just did. You know, we're there for a second chance. You know, I was a bit you know, they're just there for like they're just kind of there. They're just kind of there, apologizing, not like there to cause mischief. We'll get to the main event. Don't worry, guys. You know, that's the coup de grace of the show. But for me, in this opening segment, it was just like, why they did that, man? You know, I feel like this segment is better off kicking off a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown, not on a pay-per-view that people spend a lot of money. Like, sometimes with segments, you know, it just came off like a something you see on TV, not on a pay-per-view. Anyway, so and then later on in the show, you had, you know, the NWO not confronting Austin, kind of like giving Austin like 6-pack of beer. I think it's Budweiser, and Austin didn't say anything. He just basically grabbed because he took the beer off of Scott Hall's hand. It's very weird. Scott Hall had like long hair. It's very weird with Scott Hall with long hair. He had long hair, but he had I think he pulled it hair. He didn't have like a ponytail, but it's very weird. Very weird. Had Scott Hall with long hair. Anyway, so yeah. Austin took the beer from Hall's hand and tossed it over his shoulder, walked off, and then minutes later, or not minutes later, later on in the show you had the NWO confronting The Rock, you know, and then Hogan basically wants a picture with The Rock with his son. He didn't bring up Nick, you know. Hogan had 2 kids, that's Nick and Brooke. And I think Hogan says something towards The Rock, kind of give him like, kind of acting a little snarky, anyway, I don't know, he kind of like insulted Rock in a friendly way. I think he said like, I don't know what he say, he kind of like offended The Rock, you know, and Rock was kind of like, sometimes with The Rock, he's so down entertaining, sometimes his oppositions, they're supposed to be taken seriously, end up being like fools, you know, but he kind of mocking like, you know, mocking Razor Ramon's Jester, you know, call him Chico, and Diesel with the truck noise, making the truck noise, and Hogan is you know, say your prayers, take your vitamin, and shove your camera up your candy ass, you know, it's just what it is. So that was just setting up the rivalry between Stone Cold and The Rock, you know. Okay, I might review WrestleMania 18 in the future, so that, you know, that's the NWO. You know, they interfered in the main event. We'll get to the main event later on in this review. So anyway, so the first match to kick off the show. This, by the way, on an episode of Heat, I'm looking at on Wikipedia. On the Heat, you had Diamond Dallas Page. I'm guessing he retaining the European Championship against the Boss Man. I don't know, it's the Big Boss Man via disqualification. So the first match to kick off the show. This is a tag team turmoil match. Winner face the WWF Tag Team Champions at WrestleMania 18. The competitors in the Tag Team Turmoil match, you had Albert and Scotty 2 Hotty, Christian, Lance Storm, the Hardys, the Dudleys, Billy Gunn, and Chuck Palumbo, and the APA. I like this match. It's a good way to kick off the pay-per-view. The first team got eliminated were Albert and Scotty 2 Hotty. They got eliminated by Christian and Lance Storm. It's funny that months later they formed the Un-Americans, adding Test and William Regal in that faction. Christian hit, I think it was Sky 2 Hotty with the Unprettier. Right now it's called the Kill Switch to eliminate both Albert and Sky 2 Hotty. And then, Christian and Lance Storm got eliminated by the Hardys. Matt hit the Twist of Fate onto Lance Storm, and Jeff hit the Swanton Bomb to eliminate Christian and Storm, and then the Hardys the Hardys end up eliminating the Dudleys. You had this cat fight between Stacy Keibler, who's managing the Dudleys at the time, later managing the Hardys, you know, at the time. She was Matt Hardy's girlfriend at the time. So Lita and Stacy Keibler did the cat fight. That was, yeah, it was cool. It was what it is, you know. That's still part of the Attitude Era. Don't fuck this shit about the Attitude Era ended after WrestleMania 17. Crock of shit. Anyway, so yeah, I think Matt. I think it was a roll. He rolled up Devon Dudley for elimination, and then the Dudleys got the heat back, attacked Matt Hardy, and then the Hardys got eliminated by Billy and Chuck. That is like I said, Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo. I think this is before they did the whole gay gimmick. You know, I don't want to get into it. I'll get to it a bit shortly. Billy Gunn hit the Famouser onto Matt Hardy, and then the final team were the APA. That is Bradshaw and Farouk. Bradshaw eliminated. I think he hit. I think it was Billy or Chuck with the clothesline from Hell to win this match. They become the #1 contenders for the WWF Tag Team Championships. So it was really a good way. It wasn't a fantastic match. Sometimes with tag team turmoil matches, there could be a hit or a miss. This is more like a hit more than a miss. So anyway, so it was a good match. So moving on to the next match. So the next match we got Rob Van Dam, or RVD. I'm gonna call him RVD, by the way. RVD taking on Goldust. This was Goldust's first singles pay-per-view match since '99. He made his return at the Royal Rumble the previous month. I think at this moment in time he was doing the Secret Admirer gimmick. He's basically doing a spin to his previous gimmick from the mid-90s. Weeks on Raw, you had there was a couple weeks ago before this pay-per-view. You had Goldust Goldust attacked RVD, hit RVD with the Shattered Dreams. The match between RVD and Goldust, it was a good match, by the way. Goldust is a good worker. You know, RVD kind of carried him to a passable match. I thought it's like for like a match on Raw. I feel like it is a TV match instead of a pay-per-view quality match, but it was I let it slide. You know, RVD did like typical RVD stuff, like the spinning heel kick, you know, onto the barricade, the monkey flip. I think Goldust, you know, countered the 5-star frog splash onto RVD, hit the DDT. I think he was going for his finisher. What's it called? The final reckoning, the final cut. Can't remember what Goldust's finisher is. His name, it's called. I know it is, but I don't know what his finisher called. Is it the final cut, the final reckoning? Anyway, so RVD counted it. He managed to hit the 5-star frog splash for the win. Makes sense, you know. So moving on to the next match. So the next match, this is for the WWF Tag Team Championships. Taz and Spike Dudley defending the belts against Booker T and Test. This is, I think, one of the weakest matches in the show. By the way, I'll get to my final rating at the end of this review, but the match was okay, bit boring, nothing special. You had the heels, you know, Test and Booker T ganged up on Spike Dudley, a bit on Taz. I think the reason why I thought it was a bit of a head cheese booking thing, but with Taz and Spike Dudley, I understand they're from ECW. With Booker T and Taz, I'm guessing they were part of the alliance. It's just whatever. Sorry, I was about to burp, but it didn't. Anyway, so in the end, Taz locked in the Taz mission onto Taz. He submitted, and Taz and Spike Dudley defended and retained the WWF Tag Team Championships. And by the way, it's not APA versus Taz and Spike Dudley for the belts at WrestleMania 18. This is a 4-way elimination match at WrestleMania 18. And by the way, Spike and Taz dropped the tag team titles to Billy and Chuck. I think it's a couple weeks ago on Raw. That really, I think at the time, I think they were getting over, at the time doing the gay stuff. You know, I give like Billy and Chuck some credit, because it's just they cannot do it right now because WWE is PG. You're never going to see that storyline, any type of gay storyline in today's WWE. Maybe in other companies, but not in WWE. So moving on to the next match. So the next match, this is a brass knuckles on a pole match. This is for the WWF Intercontinental Championship, William Regal, the champion, defending the belt against Edge. This is the third match of the rivalry. It started at Vengeance, continued at the Royal Rumble, and now this was the blow-off to the rivalry between Regal and Edge. This is a similar. I think they played out. Basically, this is something like Vince Russo's type of match. You know, he always does pole matches. Vince Russo. The match was, I think it was a bit boring. This is 10 minutes long, but I feel like it's more like 20 minutes. I think it was boring. I thought like there's some teasers like Regal or Edge trying to climb up to grab the brass knuckles, but it kind of stopped them. But it was very boring. It's just like nothing. It was okay, but could be a lot better if they did like a ladder match instead of a poles match. You know, I don't know much about poles matches. Sometimes they could be like mostly a bad match and an okay match. This was okay for what it is. The creative was good. The finish was so creative, by the way. Regal grabbed. I think he grabbed the brass knuckle, and then the knuckle dust of the brass knuckles was outside the ring. Edge grabbed the brass knuckle. I think he shouted like, "Come on, you son of a bitch, god damn it!" And then Regal grabbed another brass knuckle, because it's the same spot when he retained the title or win the title at the Royal Rumble. You know, because at this moment in time, Regal's using brass knuckles to win his matches, and the referees keep like searching him for the brass knuckles. So he grabbed, Regal hit grabbed the second brass knuckle, hit Edge with it to pin and retained the Intercontinental Championship. So Edge ended up facing Booker T at WrestleMania 18. Who will be in a Japanese shampoo commercial. I'd rather have Edge have a better match on that show, because WrestleMania in 2002 was in Canada, Edge's hometown. I wish they did that instead of putting him in a crappy commercial match. I know it's kayfabe, it's not real. It's not. I don't know, but that's just me. So that was just like the first half of the show looks okay. It wasn't fantastic. Like the opener was good. Same as the RVD Goldust match, but the other two matches, the tag team title match and the brass knuckle and the pole match between Regal and Edge was a bit bit mediocre. But the final three matches in the show, they kind of pick up the pace of this pay-per-view. So yeah, the next match we got The Rock versus The Undertaker. So The Rock was kind of marketing Undertaker's elimination by Maven at the Rumble the previous month. Undertaker ended up being down. The Rock, I think he cost The Rock, a match. I think it was, he cost by the way, he cost a match. I think it was against Angle. I think it was Angle. Yeah, I think it cost against Angle and Jericho. I think for Jericho that was for the Undisputed Championship. And then The Rock cost The Undertaker the hardcore title against Maven on SmackDown. That was Maven's only positive career point. His only highlight point in his career. Only positive high point. I'm sorry, it's a bit of a tongue twisted moment. So, only positive point in Maven's career in the company. Winning the hardcore title. Eliminate The Undertaker and defeating The Undertaker for the hardcore title. So, and then Undertaker attacked The Rock, and basically chokeslammed him and tombstone power drive him onto the limo. And also at the same time, The Undertaker was kind of in this power struggle with Ric Flair, and also, but we'll get back to the NWO point. I've got to mention it. Ric Flair and Vince McMahon was still feuding. Still like 50-50 co-owners of the WWF. Vince, did this segment, I think it was on Raw. He said about destroying his own creation, releasing the lethal dose of poisoning, and he turned the chair back and he had the NWO sign. That was cool. Anyway, back to the match between The Undertaker versus The Rock. Good match, by the way. It was a good match. I think, in my opinion, this is basically the match of the night. It's a shame that Rock and Undertaker never had further matches. I feel like, I don't know, the two got chemistry, but it's a shame. I think it has to be timing. I don't know, because most of the time in the Attitude Era, Undertaker's end up feuding with Austin, and then you face like other guys, but like in high profile guys against Angle and Austin, but and Triple H, but with The Rock, it felt like he should have more matches. It's a shame they never had a match at WrestleMania for when the streak was still on the line. That'll be good. Anyway, so it was really good. It was bad. It was more like a brawl. They were fighting in the crowd before they're fighting backstage, but instead they kind of like I think they were like in the store area. I'm guessing they were like about to fight backstage, but instead Taker send The Rock into the other parts of the door, into the crowd way, and then fight back into the ring. The ending was a bit overbooked, man. Overbooked. Not overbooked. Kind of like a lot of run-ins. Like Vince McMahon came. Anyway, there was a referee bump, by the way. Taker trying to hit Taker. Taker hit. Sorry, I'm stumbling, by the way. Taker trying to hit The Rock with the pipe. It was hit under, like on the I'm guessing on the wheel of Undertaker's motorcycle, and I think Taker hit Mike Chioda in the face. And then you got Ric Flair came along, snatched the pipe. I think he's tempted to snatch the pipe. Taker hit Flair in the face, and then Vince came along. I don't know what the reason why Vince trying to interfere, trying to cost The Rock the match. I'm guessing he's still pissed off, like he's tempted to add Vince of the Kiss My Ass Club, or the Rock's Kiss My Ass Club. But I don't know why why Vince is there, beats me. Rock, for a little bit attack Vince, and then Taker, I think he hit The Rock with the pipe. So I don't know. So Taker's about to hit Rock with the Tombstone Power Driver. Flair hit Taker in the head with the pipe. The Rock, I think The Rock hit. I think he hit the Rock bottom. I think he did. The Rock hit the Rock bottom to win this match. So the whole stuff with Undertaker and Flair, this set up their match at WrestleMania 18. But with Vince, I don't know why he was there. This is more about Rock, Taker, Flair instead of Vince. Why he's added to, I don't know. I don't get into it. So match of the night. In my opinion. So moving on to the next match. So the next match, we got Kurt Angle versus Triple H with Stephanie McMahon as the special guest referee. The winner, this is for the number one contendership for the Undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania. So winner of this match will face the Undisputed Champion at Mania 18 or Mania X8. Anyway, so Triple H won the Royal Rumble match the previous month. Angle got pissed off because that was his first Rumble match, in his career. Triple H, cost him that match, tried to attempt to win the Rumble match in his first attempt. So he basically attacked Triple H for weeks, hitting him with angle slams and locking him in the ankle lock. But it's more focused on Triple H and Stephanie. They kind of have like this falling out, Stephanie faked her pregnancy, and then they had this renew their vows, and then and then you saw like a video of someone playing a doctor's play. It's basically an actor playing a doctor, and Triple H see through Stephanie's lies, and then I think it was on Raw or SmackDown. Triple H called Stephanie a no-go lying bitch with Drew because they were married in kayfabe. They got married in real life in 2003, the following year. So I think it was 2003 they got married. Maybe 2000. I think it was 2003 they got married in real life. But because at the time it was still a couple. So anyway, Triple H, Stephanie played a massive part. She was playing the heelish, sneaky referee, but the match was good. It's not the love triangle storyline, in the year 2000 between Kurt Angle, Triple H, and Stephanie. This was more between Triple H and Stephanie because Stephanie faked the pregnancy. Angle was kind of like the third wheel. Like I said, the match was starting to be good, and then you got a lot. The referee spots kind of ruined it for me. Like Team White took a referee bump. In the early parts of the match, Kurt Angle a clothesline Stephanie out of the ring. A lot referee bumps kind of brought this match down. I'm trying to keep it short and simple. And then I think Triple H hit Angle with the pedigree onto the steel chair. Team White, the referee, trying to do the 3 count. Stephanie attacked Team White. I think he hit him with the leg drop, and then she kind of kicked him in the balls. In the end, I think Angle hit Triple H with the chair, and Stephanie did the 3 count, and that was it. So yeah, I think it was the Angle Slam. I think he hit him with the chair, hit Triple H with the chair, and hit the Angle Slam. I think it was on the chair, and then yeah, Angle pinned Triple H. Stephanie did the 3 count to win this match, and Angle is the #1 contender for the undisputed WWE Champion heading to WrestleMania 18 in Canada. Unfortunately, it's not meant to be, because the following week's episode of SmackDown, they did the rematch, Triple H versus Kurt Angle. Triple H won the rematch, regained his #1 contendership, faced the undisputed champion at WrestleMania 18. Angle went on to face Kane at Mania 18. That's another story for another time. So I like this match between Triple H and Kurt Angle. It's just extending the rivalry between Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. So moving on to the main event. We got Chris Jericho defended the undisputed WWF Championship against Stone Cold Steve Austin. So at Vengeance, Jericho defeat both The Rock and Stone Cold the same night, become the first undisputed champion, and then he went on to retain the title against The Rock at the Rumble the following month. Austin reached the final 4 of the 2002 Rumble match, and then he went on to win a tournament to face Jericho on this show. Jericho attacked Austin, and pouring beer on him, and then I think he went on to retain the undisputed title against Maven. This is the beginning of the end of Jericho's time as the undisputed champion. I feel like he said it in his book that he hates becoming the undisputed champion because they kind of poorly booked him like shit, And Austin got his revenge onto Jericho. Like Stone Cold started Jericho pouring beer onto him to get his revenge. And also on a segment on SmackDown, you had Jericho brought out a Stone Cold Steve Austin impersonation. Some random guy who's bald, got a goatee like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and mimicking, he's taking a piss out of Austin's watch chant, because at this moment in time was over like gangbusters. The what? Yeah, it was, I kind of find it's an okay segment, it's just what it is to get some heat. But anyway, so because at this moment in time, Jericho was kind of like this this chicken shit heel champion. Anyway, the match between Austin and Jericho for the undisputed title, it was a good match. Not on the same level as Jericho versus Rock at the Rumble. Like I like the Jericho Rock matches at Vengeance and at the Rumble. I never seen their matches in the Evasion storyline because they got good chemistry. I think they were in their prime because they're younger than Austin, because Jericho at the time was 31, Rock was 29. Yeah, Jericho is 2 years older than The Rock. So I think Stone Cold was about 37. He was kind of like past his best, but it was still a good match. Yeah, one more of the match you had Austin kind of like Irish whip Jericho into the pay-per-view set and try to keep it short and simple. It was 21 minutes. It wasn't a 4-star classic, but it was a good match. But another referee bomb, and then you got the NWO came out attacking Austin. Scott Hall hit a crappy looking Stone Cold Stunner onto Austin. Jericho pins Austin to retain the undisputed championship. Then the NWO members attack Austin even more. And then they spray paint the NWO initials onto Austin's back to close out the show. This was set up Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Scott Hall at WrestleMania 18. Hogan went on to face The Rock at Mania 18. So it's just what it is. So, and as for Austin, he never got one sniff of the world title ever again. He never this is his last world title match in his career. He never. Probably had one more match, but besides, he never once got a single sniff of the title ever again, because months later Austin walked out of the company, and then the following year he retired as a pro wrestler. It's just what it is. So anyway, so my final rating for WWF No Way Out 2002. Boy, this is a doozy, man. I was giving it 6. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I was giving it 7. Fuck it, let's give it 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. A decent show. No bad matches on the show, by the way. The matches in the OK has to be, you know, the tag team title match between Taz and Spike Dudley taking on Booker T and Taz, and the brass knuckles on the pole match for the IC title between Regal versus Edge. But besides that, you know, there were decent matches on the show, like the tag team title match, RVD versus Goldust, Rock versus Taker, Angle versus Triple H for the number one contendership for the Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania 18. And also the main event between Jericho and Austin for the Undisputed title. The final three matches kind of saved the show. It was like picked up some pace. You know, you had some free interference, you know, but it's just setting up matches for WrestleMania 18, you know. Rock and Undertaker is just setting up Undertaker versus Ric Flair. Angle and Triple H, you know, that was just setting up the rivalry between Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And Triple H went on to face Chris Jericho for the Undisputed Champion at WrestleMania 18 as well. And also, I think that's it. And yeah, and Austin, you know, in the main event, it's also set up just Austin versus Scott Hall at Mania 18. Yeah, it's just, that's just like that is designed for, you know, just setting up further matches for that year's WrestleMania. So that, you know, it's really sad you don't get that in today's product, you know. A pay-per-view just set up more matches for an upcoming WrestleMania. It's just what it is. So anyway, so hope you enjoyed my review of WWF No Way Out 2002. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button, click the bell, click the like. Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube to be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. Next time, you know, we're getting near to WrestleMania season, so for the month of March, I'm going to review some classic WrestleMania shows. So I'm going to review a classic WrestleMania from 1987. Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant for the world title at the Potier Dome in Michigan. It will be 93,000. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to review WrestleMania 3.